Support for this episode is paid for by our Patreons, Matthew J., Claire G., and James P. I also want to single out and give a personal thanks to our newest patron, Carson C. If you'd like to support the podcast and get exclusive episodes only found on Patreon, such as Back to the Future, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and coming August 1st, Men in Black, go to patreon.com/whatweremember. Thanks.
Okay, I got 4 notes for this movie.
I've got a couple.
I've got the overall.
We can piece this movie together.
I've got the overall movie. I hope your guys' notes are like, I remember a scene. Like, in it's,
Nope.
it's this scene.
I just have big generalities.
Oh boy, okay.
I have a couple where I'm just like, I know that this kind of scene happens, but I don't know what happens in the scene.
Well, we'll see. I'll see if I can jog your memory. I've got the bones of the movie.
This is
what I hope is going to happen.
Let's start it.
My name is Bradley Jones.
I'm Andrew Moldenhauer.
Now I'm Andy Hubert.
And this is not a movie review podcast, but a podcast where we try to remember what happened in a movie we haven't seen in a very, very long time. This is what we remember about Dunston Checks In.
Were there 2 or 3 bad guys in Home Alone? And who was that forgetful fish in Finding Nemo? Join us as we're watching films. See what we remember and what memories we kill. Let's start the show. Here we go. This is what we remember.
First question, is Dunston the monkey or the kid?
I think it's a monkey.
It's the monkey.
It's the monkey, okay.
Is he a
It's the
All right,
monkey.
Is he a monkey or a chimp?
He's
or
an orangutan.
Orangutan.
Okay, there's going to...
Orangutan.
Most of these things that I have to say are going to be questions. What is the first thing that happens in this movie? Is a chimpanzee being taken in a crate? Am I into the hotel somehow?
I mean,
Like into the
yes,
storage?
sort of. Okay, so
everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy.
I mean, you are crazy, but
I thought that a orangutan escaped from a medical lab testing place and was like holed up inside a hotel.
Strap
Oh,
on.
man.
This podcast is gonna go off the rails.
that would be amazing. But the plot is still pretty good. Starts with Jason Alexander is
George from Seinfeld.
Wow.
He's like
For those of you who don't know,
For those of you who don't, we're trying to squeeze
wait, was
every.
he in that too? I always thought he was famous for Dunston Checks In.
We're squeezing every second we can out of this podcast in fear that we're gonna run out of stuff to talk about.
Oh boy.
So I'm just being preemptive about
This is one we've been joking about this one forever, but I've been secretly dreading doing it because I'm
Yeah.
like, it's gonna be.
I've
terrible.
definitely seen this movie in theaters maybe one
in
time.
theaters.
Yep,
I
at the
did.
Dollar
I have
Show.
an amazing,
You
amazing
told the
story.
story on the podcast
Oh, I did.
before.
Well, I
Yeah.
won't tell it again.
It was like 30 episodes ago.
All right, I'll tell it right now.
Give it to us.
So this movie came out like 94, 95 or so, and
Think so.
I went to the movies with my grandma, and we wanted to see Dunston Checks In. She was like, we're going to see this movie. It sounds great. And we got there, and the theater was like, sorry, we're all sold out of Dunston Checks In.
Of course. I mean,
Every seat is filled. And so my grandma's just like, all right, fine, we'll go watch a different movie. I don't know what other movie we picked.
Mouse
but
Hunt.
Saving Private Ryan.
But my
Mighty
grandma,
Joe Young.
Yeah, probably. But my grandma got the tickets for this other movie, and she's not one to like take information and just like flat out believe it. She was like, we're gonna go into the theater Dunston Checks In and see how full this is. And there were probably like 30 people or less like inside there, and there were seats everywhere. And so she's like, we're just gonna watch this movie.
There you
And
go.
I was like, Grandma, can we do this?
We're breaking all the laws.
So I watched this in the theaters.
I like the
as
idea.
well.
I love the idea of you sitting in the theater trying to enjoy the wonderful film Dunston Checks In, but at the same time being terrified you were going to be discovered.
That like thing that she did like stuck with me forever. I was like, we're like breaking the law. Like that was like my first memory of just like us like overstepping like something.
Yeah, what's next? Sneaking candy in? You're gonna go to a double feature without paying for the second one, Andy?
See, I was gonna
Where
say,
does it end?
next thing is, he's going to be riding on the back of her motorcycle while she like road rashes dudes with a chain or
Oh,
something.
boy.
Like,
Your grandma's pretty sweet.
she gets. Yeah,
she is
knows.
pretty sweet.
She's got a Harley. And
She
everything.
escalated quickly. No, so it's Jason Alexander and his kid.
And he is the owner or manager of
He's
this
like
hotel,
a manager.
right?
Yeah, he's like a manager at the
Well,
hotel.
doesn't his? I
But
wrote that
so-
like the kid has a grandma that owns the place.
No, there is an old lady that owns the hotel, and she's awful and mean.
Okay.
So she's terrible.
And Jason Alexander works for her?
Yes, he works for her at the hotel.
There has to be like a big event coming up or something.
Yes.
right?
Yes, yeah. There's some big event coming up. And,
Oh yeah,
The big
and
hotel
she-
conference.
yeah,
of some
and
kind.
there's also at
the
the same
annual
time
hotel conference.
Yeah. At the same time, there's also one of the classic. There's a super mystery critic coming to raid our hotel, and we
yeah.
have to impress him, but no one knows what he looks like.
And it could be anybody, even the kid.
It could be anybody.
It could
Is it
even
the
be
kid?
the orangutan.
It is the kid.
It is the kid.
So she makes Jason Alexander work extra hours or something, and so I feel like he has to like miss the kid's like baseball game or something. Like
He has a family in this movie?
the kid, yeah.
Well, the kid's his
The
son.
kid's Jason Alexander's son.
What?
And
I
so,
thought
like,
Jason
he-
Alexander was the bad guy.
No,
No,
Jason
no,
Alexander's
no.
the good guy.
This movie is just blown up for
He's
me.
the dad, and so
But the monkey's causing him a lot of trouble, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, the monkey that escaped from the medical testing lab.
because
I think it escaped from a crate that was accidentally dropped into the
I
hotel.
know exactly.
How?
Okay, the
I
monkey.
don't know.
So the monkey comes in. So it starts with like the kid basically spends his days like because he lives in this hotel basically like.
Sure. He
like
probably knows everybody. He knows like
I
his
like I
letters
have to
and
believe that
stuff.
like he like goes through
Old
and he keeps saying
Larry.
like hey Joe, hey Ed.
He's got a sweet backwards baseball hat. He's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
striped shirt. He probably skateboards around the hotel.
He's
He
probably
does-
best friends with the kid from Blank Check.
Oh, they gotta be. Well, no, that kid didn't have any friends.
I mean, after Blank Check happened. Maybe it's the same kid.
Yeah, he spends his days like pulling pranks in the hotel, which disturb the guests. Like some
Give
like
me an example of one of the pranks that he pulls.
the beginning prank is like him blowing up like a fountain or something. Like I don't know if he puts like a cherry bomb in it or if he just rigs it weird, but it like sprays water all over this British guy who keeps getting dumped on this
Hugh
whole
Grant's
movie.
in this movie?
Yes.
Oh my geez.
No, some British guy is like in this hotel and keeps getting. He's always like.
He's like the butt
he's the
of
guy that
every
gets.
joke.
He's like the butt of every prank this kid pulls.
Prank or terrorist? I mean, like, there's
I mean,
a fine
yeah,
line.
you have to- you
if
have
you're
to
putting
know
a
when
bomb
you're-
inside something.
Does this entire film take place inside of the hotel?
Oh, I don't know. I
Sorry,
I
The
think it
hotel
does.
The hotel also has like a greenhouse, right? It has like
Yes.
different sections of it that a hotel shouldn't
It's a
have.
huge hotel. Yeah,
It's some sort of luxury. Does it have a water slide? Does it have a sweet pool? Does the monkey go swimming?
I don't know about that.
It's gotta happen.
But
Oh, if that monkey goes swimming, he better be wearing shorts. He better
Oh,
be
yeah.
wearing like
He's got
90s,
floaties, he's
like
got
floating.
shorts.
Yes.
He puts goggles on before he hops in.
a snorkel. He's got to
He
have a
has
snorkel.
How many monkey smiles, like gritty,
Ooh,
toothy
classic,
monkey
like,
smiles,
oh my
are in
God.
this movie?
Yeah.
Probably like. I'm gonna lowball. I'm gonna say 7.
I'm going with 4.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's
I
a
guess
low
I highballed it.
I'll take the up. I'm gonna. 7's a lot though. If there's more than 7, I'm gonna be upset. I'll go 10.
10 goofy monkey
10.
smiles.
I have
mean,
low
I'm
expectations
sure
for
this monkey
movie.
doesn't understand acting. It's probably like just.
It's been trained. It doesn't understand. They like explain the whole backstory to the monkey.
I
The
count-
monkey actually has a tragic backstory.
I count
It's a Shakespearean actor.
monkey laughs too. Monkey smiling laughs. If he's just giggling,
Yeah,
I'll count it.
Yeah, sure.
So the villain of the film shows up, and it's the
Is
guy
it the
who
old
played.
lady?
No, it's the well. She is sort of a villain, but the main villain is like the guy who played Otho from Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Really?
and
I might be able to get his name later in the
the
podcast.
the idea is that he
he
is
just passed away like 1 or 2 years
Did
ago.
he?
he's a thief, like a jewel thief.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know who Otho is in Beetlejuice, it's the guy who's like the kind of
decorator.
flamboyant decorator who
Yes.
comes in and wants to repaint everything.
He's really funny.
He's also in Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yes,
Yep,
he is.
He sure is. Yeah, cool character actor, dude.
Anyway, he shows up at the hotel, and he has Dunston, who he has trained to help him steal jewelry.
Is that the bit?
Ooh.
So,
And
like,
so-
he brought Dunston to the hotel?
Yes, they're coming.
He checked him in?
I
is
bet,
it a jewelry convention?
I bet they're coming. Yeah, I bet like the big event is like some big rich
Oh, there's,
people's.
maybe there's
event or
one big
something.
jewel coming in to be shown off.
Maybe.
Ooh, like the Hope Diamond.
Or was there another one I was thinking of? What's another like
The
one in
Hope Diamond is like the holy grail of diamonds.
There was one in Garfield that he was always trying to steal. In the cartoon?
I don't know. I never.
You're gonna have to ask someone else
yeah.
that.
Oh, wait, let me phone a
someone
friend
who's
real quick.
watched that.
Let me phone a friend. So the Hope Diamond is being shown off
So,
at the hotel.
Yeah, so the guy shows up with Dunston. I don't know if Dunston's in a crate and it's like a secret that he's coming in or not.
I think the kid probably like finds him.
So the kid,
and the kid
Dunston
like releases
escapes because this guy is like terrible to Dunston.
He beats him up.
Oh, it's an
maybe,
Airbud
hits him.
situation.
Yeah, like I feel like there's the backstory involves like the guy like killed Dunston's brother or something.
Whoa.
Like it's a really
Does this movie start in the jungle
It's
with him
depressing.
kidnapping the monkey?
It might. I like that idea. It starts out like Congo.
Yeah.
But he escapes from the jewel. Oh, and one of the jokes is that the evil old lady owner thinks that the jewel thief is the critic. So she's constantly trying to pamper him and give him everything he wants. And is with him all the time. So the monkey escapes and runs into the kid. And the jewel thief guy is trying to get Dunston back so they can pull off the heist. And the kid and the monkey have to like home alone their way through this hotel to keep them.
So the kid is good at pranking, so he
Yes.
uses some sort of pranking to stop the...
I think the two of them team up and then prank the hotel.
Wait, so what is he trying to do? Like, is he trying to just like?
I think it
Is the
eventually...
boy trying to like kidnap the monkey?
No, the boy just hangs out with the monkey, but then I think the Dunston reveals that like the guy is a thief.
So when did Dunston check in?
He just says it.
Is he checked in at this point? Has he gone up to the...
Went up to the front desk,
and he was
rang
like,
the bell.
room for one, Dunston here.
He slipped a 5 to the bellhop. Who
almost
is, of
sounds like
course,
the
Rob
duel-
Schneider.
It almost sounds like the jewel thief checked in for him.
I bet the Jason Alexander isn't... Maybe his kid is trying to tell him about the thief, and
Yeah, it doesn't believe him.
he doesn't believe him.
That would make
Don't mess
sense.
this up for me, or blah, 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 blah.
So then
Is he wearing a wig, too, Jason Alexander?
Ooh, that's a good
This is
question.
doesn't
okay.
fall
Okay,
off?
there's only one time that I know of that Jason Alexander wore a wig, and that was like maybe like 6 years ago or so. He got like hair extensions, and it looked really weird. And everyone was like, "You're bald."
Does he get hit in the face with a pie or like a ice cream or something?
There is one sequence where
Someone does. I bet it's that British guy that got sprayed to the
probably yeah. But isn't there's so the big party happens, and I think that's when like Dunston is like running away from everybody. Like I think like the cooks are trying to catch him and stuff.
maybe.
And he's like riding a chandelier at one point.
I know,
think.
like they basically ruined like the big thing that was happening.
the big hotel convention,
And
the Hope Diamond convention.
Does the kid sneak the monkey around in a people's out costume? And like they
he's
think he's like his
got
little
to.
brother or something like that?
he totally they have to, or do they do like a Little Rascals where like one of them's on their shoulders and like trying to
Something
be,
like that happens.
He's got it too. Like he almost gets caught, and then like he throws Dunston into like a little dumbwaiter elevator,
yes,
and
yeah,
like
there's
throws him
remember
down.
this
the laundry
reason.
chute or like a dumbwaiter or something. I knew that was a thing. There's also, they know that the monkey's loose in the hotel, so the owner lady calls in a monkey catcher who is Pee Wee Herman.
Paul Rubens?
Yeah, Paul Rubens is
What?
is the monkey catcher.
Ooh, and this is like right after he
Right,
he
it was
had
right
his
after
little-
9/11.
It was right after his incident over
Oh,
at that theater.
That one place.
This playhouse.
Yeah, Pee Wee's Paul Rubens Playhouse.
I don't think anyone went to Paul Rubens' Playhouse. I don't think that would be a
No, he
somewhere
went to
you'd
he
wanna
went to his
go.
own playhouse.
Oh boy,
Paul Rubens' plaything is more like
Yeah.
Is the monkey inside one of those food dishes? Like there's a cook.
they do
like
the-
they serve it and he's inside of it.
And he's
there's
got
a
an
monkey.
apple in his
Or is
mouth.
he
Yeah.
eating? He's
And-
laying on his side.
And that's
like,
what he
posing.
monkey smiles. That's monkey
You
smile
gotta.
number 5 in the film. He's got to wear sunglasses too, right? That happens. Come on.
Yeah.
That's gotta happen. He's gotta do the pool. He's gotta get into the food in the kitchen.
Do they like call the police at all, or like the
He eats a
hotel
banana
manager like
split.
call the police to like have them come in and take the monkey out?
I think it's just Paul Rubens. And because I remember the scene that is most vivid is when they're like going table to table through like this huge ballroom and like dining room thing.
Is it a ballroom blitz?
Yes.
Ooh, sweet.
And he's crawling after them, and he's like one table behind each time. And they go under one table, and Dunston like pulls on this lady's skirt or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yep.
they leave, and she looks down, and then that's when he shows up under the table, and she's like, "Oh, he was looking at my dress."
Home Alone 2 style.
And the guy, her husband, is just like, "Were you looking at my wife?" And he's like, "No, sir, I was looking for a Pongo pig maris," which is like the Latin name for whatever Dunston is. And he thinks that that's just slang for vagina, so he like punches him.
It might be.
Yeah, you know, somewhere.
Can I help you with something, son?
I'm looking for a Pongo pygmaeus.
I catch you looking at my wife's Pongo pygmaeus once more, I'm gonna break you in half.
Right. Hi, how you doing?
That's like the one scene that is like vivid in my memory.
Okay, so things are pretty coming to a head in
Next
this
time
movie.
I
Yeah.
she looking at my
The-
wife's
probably the
Pongo
real
pig maris.
critic is someone the audience knows by now.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's
Yeah.
got to be someone that was there the whole time in the background.
The kid has to be trying to stop the thief, maybe even using the monkey, or trying to like tell the monkey not to steal.
Or convincing, and they got to convince. I'm sure at some point they convince Jason Alexander, and he joins them at the end to help foil the plot.
Maybe.
I think so.
Also, I imagine that like the jewel thief guy wants to stop Paul Rubens from catching the monkey at one point, and probably inconveniences him somehow.
And I feel like his challenge is that the owner lady, because she thinks he's the critic, is with him all the time, and he can't get away to try and get Dunston back.
Yeah.
The monkey catcher has to be there on the DL, right? I bet they
Yeah.
don't want the guests to know
Yes.
a monkey
Yes.
is loose in the hotel.
Absolutely.
Because that would ruin the big event.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it might make them lose like their rating from the critic or whatever if he finds out
Yeah, their Yelp score would go
infested
down.
with orangutans.
He wears a bellhop outfit, right? That's got to happen too.
It's like on the
happen.
cover of the
Yeah.
VHS.
He hits the button, hits the elevator button. Come on.
Oh, that's got to be where like they open and the guests are like, "Oh, I didn't realize they had monkey elevator operators." And he goes, and does a monkey smile and presses all the floors and then gets off the elevator.
I got an idea for the ending, and I don't, because it's been so long since I've seen this. But they somehow catch the criminal, and he goes to jail. But maybe the old lady warms up to the orangutan and hires him on to be a bellhop at the very end. So he is like then it becomes like a big thing where like this hotel actually employs an orangutan. I don't know if that's legal, but but they employ this orangutan, and he's like a bellhop now, and he carries your stuff.
And Jason Alexander's made the new owner of the hotel for some reason.
Yeah, everything works out.
Everything works
My
out.
last question was, does the kid get to keep the monkey?
I
I bet it goes to the zoo or something. There's probably like some sort of zoologist girl there.
or yeah, someone, or they show up to like take him back home to his orangutan family that's back in Africa somewhere.
Sure.
where he has no connection to them anymore because he's just been stealing
They're
jewelry
like,
the
look
entire
who it is.
time.
The guy is too fancy to keep living in Madagascar. Had to go away with the jewel thief.
So I would have to gather that Dunston does steal the jewel, and there's a moment where the jewel thief thinks he got away with it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's when
Does Dunston steal the jewel and then plant it on the jewel thief to expose the jewel thief and get him arrested?
No, I bet the kid solves
Or maybe
it
he
somehow.
steals the jewel and gives it to the kid, or...
Maybe there's like a fake jewel that gets... There's a switcheroo.
Ooh, man, there's so many possibilities. Who knows what's going to happen?
Twists upon twists.
So explain to me this greenhouse scene and why that's in my memory. Does that exist
I
in the
can't.
movie?
I can't explain it.
He said
There's
that,
like
and
a
I
glass
just was like,
room.
I was like, of course there's a greenhouse
There's a
scene, and now I'm like,
greenhouse scene,
I
right?
don't know.
My knowledge about the greenhouse scene is when you said there's a greenhouse scene.
Jason... I've incepted Dunston
Yeah,
Checks In.
oh my gosh.
So Jason Alexander is also trying to get the monkey.
Yes,
But,
because his boss, the owner lady's yelling
And
at
the
him
kid's hiding the monkey, but also goofing around and having a fun monkey time.
Yes. Fun monkey time.
Fun monkey time. So they just like really explore this hotel. I bet Dunston's in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I bet he's
With Dinah.
Like I said, they're definitely using like that dumbwaiter to get around.
nailed it.
I don't know if it's a dumbwaiter or a laundry chute.
He's got to be hanging from the chandeliers.
Yep.
He's
Oh,
using-
definitely.
He's got to be
He's
doing
getting
in
stuff.
and out of places only monkeys can go. Maybe he's in the vent system somehow.
He's like
a little bit of Die
He's
Hard.
like
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope there's a pool scene. There's got to be a pool
Gotta
scene.
be a pool scene in this movie.
It's so funny. None of this in my head is connecting to an actual movie, but like there's so many different ideas out there that I'm like, all these things could happen, but there's nothing to
Yeah,
ground
it's-
it all to one idea.
I feel like I only saw this movie once ever.
I feel the same way.
I feel the same way.
I think the
I
last
feel
time
the
I
same
saw
way.
this movie was in the theater with my grandma.
This is why we have the podcast. This movie.
This movie's gonna be it. We're gonna watch it, come back, and be like, "So this movie is the worst we've seen yet, or the best."
Yeah, we're gonna be in another Beethoven situation for sure.
Oh my god, yeah.
I hope there's exploding bullets in this movie.
So I would guess Paul Rubens and Otho get arrested for monkeying around.
I feel like
How would Paul Rubens
I don't
get
think Paul
arrested,
Rubens.
though?
I bet Paul Rubens.
bet.
Like at the end, like shakes hands with Dunston like a worthy adversary because he couldn't catch him.
Okay.
I bet that happens.
I'll buy into that. Does he look like Paul Rubens, or does he look more like the fart or whatever, the colon? What was his name? It's the spleen from Mystery Men.
I bet he looks more like Paul Rubens.
Yeah,
or
I bet he
Pee-wee
looks like
Herman a
Pee-wee
little
dressed
bit.
up as like a safari guy trying to catch an animal. Like he's Paul Rubens dressed up like the guy from Jumanji, the hunter guy that comes out of the jungle.
Man, these kids' movies, they were just cranking them out. These
Oh, yeah.
kid animal movies. Mouse Hunt. They even used a baby at one
Man,
point
Mouse
because they
Hunt
ran
is
out of
a
animals.
great movie.
I do not like Mouse Hunt at all because it goes against my basic feelings about movies or cartoons that literally just destroy things.
Things
the
are getting
entire
destroyed
time.
in Dunston Checks In. I feel it.
Yeah.
And that gives me
I
so
feel it.
much anxiety.
They've got to destroy. Like Dunston Checks In. We got the fountain at the beginning. There's got to be a giant cake that gets
Yeah.
blown up or thrown
The
on
kitchen
somebody.
probably is in disarray
Oh my
by the
god!
time
There's got to be
Dunston runs
food
through
everywhere,
there.
all over the guests for their big party that they were hoping went off well. It's got to be a messy movie. Like I said, they have to home alone
Dunston
their way
throws his
through it.
feces all over the place. They probably cut that scene out.
Peas in the punch.
So Dunston checks in. We still don't know if he checks out.
That's true. We don't know.
And
if
we
it
don't know
checks
if the
out, yeah.
movie checks out or not either.
Yeah.
This movie's still going today.
Trying to think if I can pull. I think maybe he rides a bicycle.
Tell us about that.
Maybe I think there's a scene where he's
You're
going.
thinking of The Shining, Brad.
Maybe it's The Shining. But he's got to be. Maybe he's a skateboard. He's goofing around doing human
skateboard
stuff
through
like
the halls
all
of the
time.
hotel. There's got to be.
There's got to be a recut of this on YouTube of like Dunston checks into the Shining Hotel.
Oh man, there's got to be a good horror cut of Dunston.
We need to
Checks
find
In.
that.
I would guess that Otho's like also looking for the monkey with Jason Alexander. Everyone's looking for this monkey.
they all got to be because the jewel thief wants his monkey back to steal the jewels.
So the kid has got to be missing, or is he just like in between hanging out with the monkey, then seeing Jason Alexander, or is Jason Alexander just like ignoring him the whole time?
I think he's ignoring him because he's working. And he's used to the kid just being at the hotel trying to entertain himself because he's a terrible father.
There's no mom in this movie. He doesn't.
Not
There's
that
no wife.
I don't remember.
Why
a
are all
mom.
these parents dead in these films?
Is this
that
a
we
Spielberg
watch?
film? No, it's opposite for him.
Does Dunston get a tip when he's using the elevator? Does someone give the monkey $1?
I'm really excited for this elevator
Like
scene.
a stick of gum.
I'm gonna be so upset if this elevator scene isn't real or if the pool scene isn't real. I'm
just
committed
want-
to both of these right now.
Yeah, I just want to
Yeah.
see him like
greenhouse
carry
scene is a
someone's
stretch.
luggage.
Yeah.
I just want to see him carry someone's
Or
luggage.
be in
upstairs.
luggage
Yeah.
or something.
And I want like one of the guests to be like, "Ooh, they have a monkey working here. How exotic!" or something. Or they're
I'm
like,
telling you, that's got to be the end. Like he's working for that hotel at the
gotta
end
be.
there.
I'm excited. I didn't think I would be.
Dunston
I'm not.
has made you. It'll be like watching it for the first time, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I think. That's what I'm most excited about is the fact that I remember so little. It's gonna be like a
You remembered the most out of all of us, though. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah.
Thank
You
you.
got,
for-
like, the
yeah,
basic
you
idea.
carried the weight of this first part. Like,
all-
I didn't know that old lady. I didn't know the diamond. I didn't know anything.
I mean, a lot of them I feel like are standard '90s kid movie tropes. Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, they throw them together in the goofiest way. Like 4 people all looking for one monkey for all 4 different reasons or something. Like,
Yeah, they're all running around the hotel doing Scooby Doo style.
and like,
looking for
or
this
like the
monkey.
idea that there's a big event and also a jewel thief and also a critic raiding
And a
the
monkey
hotel and this monkey. I'm like, they were really loading this movie up
Yeah, I need to see how this kid, what is he even doing?
the whole time. Like, yeah, how did
Is he just hanging out with Dunston,
Is he with Dunston
He's got to
the
be in
whole
on the
time?
plot, right? He's got to know that the jewel thief is, or maybe
Dunston
no one
has to
believes him.
explain what's going on to him somehow.
Yeah,
That
like
doesn't-
what's
Well, these monkeys can't talk, Andy.
no, but he could show him
He'll
or
show
something
him.
like
yeah,
that.
I
Like,
bet
oh,
he is
like,
or they like Dunston gets him into the jewel thief's room when the jewel thief has a wall full of like my evil plans today, and like it's
For some
it
reason,
has
the jewel
whole
thief is
scheme.
talking to Dunston, and he overhears it.
Oh, that too.
or maybe even like when he meets up with Dunston after whatever, and like Dunston gives him like someone's wallet or gives him like something, and he's
yeah.
like, Dunston, you can't be taking this stuff from people. Like this is like against the law. You're breaking the law.
He's teaching Dunston how to be a better monkey.
Yeah.
That's real growth. Friends forever. On
I
that
thought you
one.
said that's real gross. I was like,
That's real gross. Ugh.
It's real
Kid
growth.
and his monkey.
everyone's got something to hide except me and my monkey.
Is the kid in danger? He's got like is the
Is there like a
jewel thief-
point like, oh, maybe the jewel thief takes him hostage?
Yeah.
And he's about to be.
Where's my monkey? Give me my monkey.
Give me back my monkey.
You'll know what's good for you. You tell me where that monkey is.
Oh boy, this movie's gonna be great.
Join us in part 2. We are going to watch Dunston Checks In.
Sound a little more excited, Brad.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Whip, whip, whip.
Our last live show of the summer is going to be happening August 4th at the Main Art Theater in Royal Oak. We're going to be talking about Back to the Future 2, 11:30 p.m., Friday, August 4th. For more details, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/whatweremember. Thanks.
We're sorry, Dad.
Now, next week, after this is all over, we get to go on vacation.
Yes.
Barbados for 10 days, just the three of us.
Yes.
And we get to be the guests, and we will nag, and we will complain, and we will make other people's lives miserable for a change. But until that time, you're both grounded.
What?
The Dunston checks in, but they don't check out. Welcome back to part 2 of our podcast. We watched Dunston Checks In.
I can't wait to talk about this monkey movie.
Well, we're
We're
here.
talking about it.
Let's
That's why
talk
you're
about
here,
it.
Andy.
I'm so excited.
So, full disclosure, Andy saw this 3 weeks ago.
I saw this as soon as we were done with part 1.
And we,
I
through-
saw it yesterday and today.
through scheduling conflicts and Valentine's Day and other things, we finally got to sit down
Got
and watch
around
it
to-
today.
So someone's going to be
Checking it
listening
out.
to this in like September being like, what are they talking about, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Valentine's Day.
We record this over Valentine's Day.
So I think, Andy, I know you want to talk about this movie a lot, but maybe you take a step back because you knew so much in part 1. Mm-hmm. Okay. Faye Dunaway's in this film.
Yeah,
She is.
She plays
She
the
is.
lady.
She's the old lady who owns the hotel with her husband,
Yeah, we totally forgot about the husband.
but she kind of runs the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she is a jerk
She's
the
the
entire
worst.
time.
Yeah, she's just.
There's a lot of people in this movie that are the worst.
What does she want? She just wants to be like loved and admired. She doesn't really want
She
money.
wants the fame and the stars.
yeah, she wants
She wants that 6th star.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole thing is that
The whole movie plot is predicated on them.
on getting another star. So
Yes.
this hotel is a 5-star hotel, and 5 is as many as they go. But this company that rates hotels, they're deciding to put on a 6-star for the elite hotel.
So like that's how they get you.
Hotels.com is putting on a contest
Exactly.
in 1996 when this movie came out. Rupert Everett is the guy that we thought was the same character as the guy from Beetlejuice, Glenn Shaddix. We had that character combined into 2 characters.
I think yes. Yeah, you're right. I thought Otho was the bad guy, but he's
No,
not.
He was
he's,
not.
He's just getting like shot in the butt and pushed downstairs and stuff.
But he's also the guy that
He
rates the hotel.
is the secret critic.
He's a secretive critic.
He's the secret agent man. Secret. The name of the hotel is the Majestic, and the first lines of the movie are "Welcome to the Majestic."
I will say those opening title
I
credits
really
were so
liked-
stylish.
Yeah, I liked it. I
They're
liked the whole
very
opening
stylish.
sequence was
Just
cool.
close-ups of hotel work, like bells being hit, people adjusting their outfits.
Yeah, and you get there's like 3 or 4 moments like that where you get some montages that are pretty nice looking. These are some of the better montages of all the movies we've seen.
Yeah,
agree.
Yep, I would agree.
Dunston getting ready in his little commando outfit was definitely.
Yeah, okay,
Top-notch.
that one kind of threw me. I
liked
got
it
a
a
little
lot.
uncomfortable when he put his hands on his hip. I was like, what is this? Is this a real monkey or not?
It's a real monkey the entire time.
We forgot
there was no puppet monkey that I could tell.
We forgot the older brother existed.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Sure
think the
did.
older brother forgot he existed too. His character was so pointless.
He had a lot of hair. That's all I kind of remember of his character.
Yeah, he was like trying to hit on women, but barely.
Yeah, right.
His like whole purpose was to try to find a girl, but like they didn't explore that at all in this movie.
Yeah, he's just a horn dog with long hair. That's
Like 15 or 14.
he needed to be just like a little older.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Then he wouldn't have fit in the laundry chute though.
Well, that
That's-
was a pretty big laundry chute. They
That's
could have made
true.
it big
That
for him.
that laundry chute was like 30 floors.
Yeah, they would have. They
would've
fell down
banged
that
their
thing
head.
and they would be dead. I don't care
yeah.
if they fell into laundry.
There are 2 times in this movie where people are falling from great heights. One is the dog just jumps off a roof into like a trash
Yeah.
dumpster,
Yep,
and
into
it's
a
fine.
dumpster.
And then everyone jumps down that garbage chute, and they're all dead.
Yeah, they would all be
All
dead.
of them are dead.
Yeah, as they were falling, I was like, they're gonna bang their head on the sides and then just like tumble and die.
Well, like,
Get
and everyone's
decapitated.
hearing them fall down there. So I'm like, if I'm any of those people, I'm like, wow, someone is for sure dying down the laundry chute right now, because they fell like 30 floors.
Yeah.
They're getting ready for something called the Crystal Ball. That's the big event that's going to be at the hotel. The Garfield Diamond is what I thought in the first podcast. It's actually called the Klopman Diamond, and that's just like a fictional diamond that's used in a couple different places. And it kind of
Was
represents
there
the
a
Hope
diamond coming into this
No.
event? No.
Just clarifying from part 1.
Yeah, I'm clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
making corrections.
So okay, let's talk about Jason Alexander for a moment.
Sure.
I hated him at first. I thought his character was awful. Like he was like, and I think you were supposed to.
He was a little all over the place.
He was all over the place. I didn't think he was a good dad at all.
But every time like his wife got brought up, he turned into like a sweetheart, gentleman man.
Yeah, there was a line where the son is going to bed and he says like good night to mom, and the way that he said the line, like,
You still say that?
you still say that? And I was like, that inflection was like a little off.
Like, whoa,
like that
guy.
wasn't right.
But then he immediately corrects it, like, no, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that you're just dumb and stupid and think that. That's what he meant.
He's like, you still
You-
pray to mom or something like that?
you
or
dummy.
Good night, Mom.
You still say goodnight to Mom?
Yeah? That's not stupid or anything, is it?
No, pal. It's not stupid at all.
For sure, he's got that wig on.
Oh, yeah.
boy.
That's
This is-
for sure.
100,000,000%.
I thought his acting though was really good.
He's a great actor, but I
Yeah.
don't think he really fit that character.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
He was screaming a lot, which was kind of fun. But
Yeah.
there were only 2 instances of trivia in the Dunston Checks In IMDb page. And I've never seen a movie with like so little trivia.
Wow.
So I'm wondering, like, why aren't people talking about Dunston Checks In?
Because they checked out.
I was surprised.
They
I
checked
did.
out of this movie.
I did look up the end credits song that plays over the end credits, which is like the song for the movie. I don't remember what it's called now, but it has like a ton of hits and its own music video that was made at the time on YouTube.
How's it
and the
go?
comments is just nothing but people being like, "Yeah, Dunston Checks In."
That's the one thing it's known for.
Yeah. I can't. If it is
We'll have
had
to
been
play
like
the
3 weeks
song.
ago, I
Yeah.
could tell you exactly how it went. Yeah, if we can, we'll splice it in. I'm sure, but.
All about that funk boat that I'm about to start sailing now. All your riggers and all your party chickens, everybody's in the funky blowout. You know where set sail from, just around the corner from the Portobello Road. Downtown W10 in my face, baby, do what you done told. I got bottles of beer and a deck or 2. All my friends are now coming in. Lucy and Jules looking good. Girls.
So let's go back to Rupert Everett for a little bit.
Rupert Everett was the villain.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
He was a cartoon character.
Yes.
Yep.
He was dastardly and Muttley.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And he kind of wants to hurt his own monkey for some reason.
He's very abusive. To
Yeah, he's like
Dunston.
a freaking monster in this movie. He's like ready to like kill this orangutan.
I mean, he did kill the other one.
He did!
Yeah, he killed Dunston's brother.
I felt it was a little extreme for a kid's movie.
There were a couple of extreme moments.
Bleak backstory.
His accent, I noticed, was very frustrating me. I was listening to it with headphones. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want to hear you talk anymore, sir.
I also listened to it with headphones, and I got a little like irritated.
His
by
character's
it.
name is Lord Rutledge.
Yeah, he was doing something weird with his teeth, where like his upper lip was like curled into
Under
his
his-
gums,
yeah.
and I was just like, this is kind of gross to look at.
He was like being a real life Nigel Thornberry throughout like this movie. you know?
Yes, yes, he was doing that exact accent.
He wants to steal jewelry from people at the hotel for whatever reason.
Yeah.
All of the exposition is done in ADR. Him looking at a computer
Yep.
and then cuts to the monkey.
Yep.
His lips aren't moving. Everything he's saying is off screen. The monkey is smoking a cigarette at the time.
I mean, you can't have a monkey and not have it smoke a cigarette.
I mean, that's how you get introduced to Dunston, is him smoking a cigarette, which is really strange.
You got to teach kids that cool monkeys smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, it's cool to smoke cigarettes. Dunston did it.
be like Dunston.
And Lord Rutledge has some sort of evil-looking cane that he like threatens Dunston
Yeah.
with. And there's a line here, it's spare the rod and spoil the monkey. How do you say that line convincingly as an actor? Rupert Everett.
You don't.
That was...
Don't.
Yeah.
Spare the rod and spoil the monkey.
And Jason Alexander has a line about Faye Dunaway's character. These are the two lines that stuck out with me. She doesn't like kids. I heard she kicked Big Bird in the nuts. How do those two things go together?
How do I now remember that line? Because that's amazing.
It's an 80-yard line where he's
man.
Jason Alexander's trying to shoo his kid out the door.
And then Grandma's about to knock on the door the third time.
Brow alert.
Dad, wait, I'm not done.
Yes, you are. She doesn't like kids. She wants to kick Big Bird in the nuts.
Is this the scene where she's walking into his office and
Yeah.
he throws his son under the desk?
This is it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was like, he is so
funny.
ashamed of his own kid that he threw him under a desk.
He's not ashamed. He's just afraid of his boss.
Why didn't he just, like, he's a dad, first of all, then he's an employee.
Andy.
He could have just been like...
Andy, she doesn't like kids. She kicked Big Bird in the nuts.
So
fact.
Big Bird is a kid.
What do you think she's gonna do to that kid? I did appreciate it because he puts his son under the desk, and the joke is basically that the desk doesn't have a rear like wall on it, so he's
Yeah.
very visible under the desk.
Yeah, it's got like
the
a
whole
wicker panel or something.
time. And so the whole time I'm like, how does no one notice that he's under there? And then she leaves, and her
I
husband, the
liked
older,
this
is just
line.
like, "Did you know there's a young child under your desk?"
I really liked that line.
I thought that was really good.
By the way, there's a small boy under your desk.
There were moments in this movie that had clear, like, great jokes, but I felt like this whole movie just took you on a roller coaster where you were like, I hate this, I love that, and I hate this. And that was okay.
In total, I loved this movie, but I completely agree. There's so many times where I'm like, oh boy.
How do you? What's the plot of this movie to you, Andy?
There's like
What
three
is-
plots
what is the plot to
simultaneously
you?
happening in this movie.
Describe to me what the little kid is doing in the film.
The little kid is trying to rescue Dunston from Rutledge, Lord Rutledge.
Uh-huh.
And that's like the main theme.
And how does he go about doing that?
I don't know. By having fun in a hotel
my
for
point.
like 2 weeks.
It seems everything is pretty aimless up until just getting to this crystal ball.
It was a weird amalgamation, I feel like, of other movies in a way. Like, there's like some Home Alone mixed in. There's like some E.T. mixed in almost.
Air Bud for sure.
Air Bud for sure mixed in.
This brings up the old, remember cliche of there just has to be a better way
That's
for
right.
Lord Rutledge to steal jewels from people. He has
Yeah.
trained a monkey to climb up a pipe, sneak into rooms, put jewelry into his fanny pack, and then escape that way. And this fanny pack is never ending. You can put as much stuff as you want in this fanny pack. It's magical.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of okay. So when they have the Dunston robs the room scene,
Yes.
and so the idea
Which
behind
was great. Anything
Which
with the
was
monkey,
awesome.
Anything
amazing.
that was
That
monkey
I was
related in this
when
movie
he was
solid.
climbing the building from the outside, I was like, this monkey is sweet as fuck.
yep, 100%.
I want to be friends with this monkey.
But Rutledge like snuck into the room earlier to put a little ribbon on the window, on the outside of the window.
Yes.
Because the window's open.
Why didn't he just take the jewels?
That's what I'm like. Why did he need Dunston to go in later? And like, in my first reaction was like, oh, so that way, like, they're like, oh, the door was locked the whole time. Then I'm like, it's a hotel door. They're always locked when they're closed. Like, that's what happens to them. Like, he could have been there, left the room, and the door would have still locked behind him. I don't know why he needed Dunston to do this.
There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way.
But yeah, Dunston swinging across the building into the room and just like taking all the stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Anything with Dunston in it, I had a smile on my face. This monkey was awesome.
The thing I absolutely hated is anytime they ADR'd the monkey and gave him like a little like or like something like that, and I was like, they should not do that. It made me so. It was like a like Uncanny Valley type situation.
yeah.
There's
for
a sequence
me.
right here where he's trying on a lot of hats that the girl has in her room, and every single hat
was great.
he has an 80-yard line.
Yeah, they were clearly just handing him hats. Yeah, because it was like cut that way. It was cut like him grabbing a new hat and putting it on.
Yeah.
Grabbing a new hat, putting it on.
Man, he was so stylish. He was great.
He was wonderful.
I thought there were so many funny moments though of just like the Otho guy,
Glenn Shaddix.
right in the beginning. The fountain, like the brothers pull the fountain gag, which
Yeah, in the first part, you had said that they like put a bomb in there or
Like,
something
I wasn't
like
sure if
that.
they
That
blew up a
wasn't
fountain
what
or something,
they
but-
they just turned the pressure down on the water. They basically kind of are shutting the water off.
Yeah.
and then the guy looks at it and they turn it all the way on.
but they broke the
They-
valve.
yeah, they spin the valve right off of.
So it sprays Otho and his dog, and the bit afterwards where he's talking about how traumatized his dog probably is, and Jason Alexander demonstrates how good his character is at his job, where he's just like, I already have the contact information for the best pet therapist in town. Like, that's a thing, and he was just like, here you go, not a problem, and just nailed that situation.
Yeah, he's great at his job, but like, it sounds like his problem is that he has kids that live.
It sounds
At
yeah.
his
It sounds like
job.
his
Yeah.
balancing his kids with a job that doesn't seem to accommodate them in any
Yeah.
way.
So do they also have a house?
They have an
They
apartment.
have an
That's an
apartment in the
apartment.
hotel.
In
And
the
here's-
hotel.
in the
Yes.
hotel.
Okay, so it's still in the same spot.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though. I wrote this down. There's a scene where they're eating steak, and the son says, I don't really like this. And then Jason is like, this is the best steak in town, or whatever. I'm wondering, like, are they paying for this hotel food? Like,
No.
how is this working?
It's free.
I'm sure it's free.
It's
Yes,
cooking for them?
It's
Yeah.
probably part of the package. I mean, I think the idea with his character too is like, as the concierge, like manager of the hotel, like he has to be available at all times.
I have a little
So-
insight into this. I had a friend in high
Ooh.
school whose dad was the manager of the Holiday Inn near in our town, and we would get free food all the.
Okay, so the
I'm
budget just
talking
factors
prime
that
rib.
in.
I'm talking lobster.
Keep it going.
It was
Wow, Brad.
brunch buffet.
Living like a
Ooh,
king.
ooh,
You cut
ooh.
up some of that sandwich, you put some prime rib in there, and you got yourself a killer lunch.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Very nice. Now I'm hungry again.
Okay, that kind of clears it up. I was like sitting there going, like, are they stealing from this hotel? Basically, are they budgeting for this?
And in general, like, you know, the owner lady is supposed to be the worst person.
Faye Dunaway.
Yeah, so they have like the scene earlier where one of the employees in the hotel accidentally bumps her in the lobby. And
Consuela
it's like,
bumps
oh,
her.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Poor Consuela.
And so later, she tells Jason Alexander to fire her, and he's like, "You're getting 2 weeks paid vacation."
I will say that was like
I like that
one
scene a
of
lot.
the best scenes in the
I loved
entire
it.
movie. And I wrote down, like, I wish that they took that scene a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I wish they'd stretched it out a little bit more. The best part is, like, as soon as she, like, agreed to... The basic deal was, I'll give you 2 weeks of vacation, paid vacation, and you come back to work. She won't remember who you
Yeah, she
are.
won't remember
because
that she told us to fire
She'll
you.
just fire anybody, and she doesn't remember these things. But the deal is she had to leave the room crying.
So yeah, to
And
act
so
like
as soon
she'd
as
been
she
fired.
accepted it, the music turned really dramatic, and it was really, really funny. And she runs out of the hotel crying. But I kind of wish that they built that scene up a little bit more.
Yes, Mr. Grant?
Consuelo, I'm giving you a week's paid vacation starting right now.
Thank you.
Yes, on one condition. You have to run out of this office right now crying.
Kind of wish there was a little bit more of a rapport between Jason Alexander and all of his employees. It's implied that there was, but just that little moment like there, I just wish there was little things
Yeah,
like that.
I mean,
that-
it is. Yeah, you're right. It is implied sort of that he's kind of a good bridge in shielding the employees from the owner
awful
lady.
manager.
Yeah, the awful Faye Dunaway lady, and is very, like I said, very good, competent at his job. So but yeah, she's concerned about getting that 6 stars, so she's like all up in this hotel getting ready for the party.
the crystal ball.
Yeah, the crystal
ball.
So the kid frees Dunston.
Yeah, okay, so, Snidely Whiplash ends up stealing... okay, the villain ends up, like...
No, you can call him Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah.
He ends up, like tying up and taping the little boy in, like, a bathroom and leaves him in a bathtub or something like that. And then Dunston has to come back and basically, like, untie him. And then then like you get the whole end sequence where they're at the crystal ball.
What about before this, where the monkey has like a sleepover with Jason Alexander?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, I forgot about that scene.
This is
the
part of
kid's like peeing and like the monkey's yanking on a Spider-Man toy.
Yeah,
Like, this is
I literally
awkward.
wrote down I never want to see a kid peeing scene ever again.
Legit, like there was one of Mrs. Doubtfire. There was at least I'm pretty sure at least one of the movie we watched had young kid
ever
peeing.
want to see a kid
Why
peeing.
is this a thing? All
in a
these
movie.
90s
Not even
movies
your
have-
own kid when you
need
get
to have
one
a young
day?
kid peeing.
I mean, that's a different thing, but like in a movie where they're shooting a kid peeing, I was like, this scene does not need to be in here
Yes.
or shoot from the waist up.
I had the exact same thought when that scene happened.
Yeah, and it's like there's a monkey. Like, what's the point of the scene? The monkey
Don't
just
show me
pulling out
that.
the toy.
That's a big old don't.
So the kid finds Dunston, and at this point, did he try to tell Jason Alexander yet? Oh, he was calling it a monster because
Right.
he didn't know it was actually a monkey.
So he
yet.
had just gotten done walking Otho's dog on the roof, and the dog jumped off, and then the monkey comes up and gives him a big smooch.
Yeah.
Yes,
And he thinks
then he
that's a
freaks
monster.
out.
Yeah.
I don't remember how the scene ended. This is where he meets
I don't-
Dunston?
This,
or...
this movie is really muddy for me.
It is muddy.
But I want to say, would you let a monkey kiss you? Would you kiss a monkey?
I mean, it
Feel
kind
a
of forced
monkey
that
kiss?
kiss.
Yeah, I was gonna say
but
that.
yeah.
That was not a consensual kiss.
No, that monkey would.
I think
tear
I
that
would.
kid's
I think
face
I would
off.
be like, yeah,
You want to
I'd
smooch
do
a
it.
monkey?
I would, maybe. It was cute. Just like a little cheek.
You're not a monkey
I
smoocher,
wouldn't
Brad.
I don't
I don't
trust
know
that
if I would
monkey.
do, like,
that
a
monkey's gonna
lip-
bite me.
Yeah. I actually had this fear where I was like, there
got
might have,
teeth?
there possibly could have been a scene where that monkey just like went crazy and hurt
why I
someone.
Rip the kid's arm off.
That's why there's no behind the scenes to Dunston Checks In, because the monkey was probably just pooping and doing all sorts of
Exactly.
crazy monkey stuff the entire time.
I was gonna say in part one, he joked about Dunston throwing feces all over
Yep.
in the movie. And I was
It's
like,
kind of sad
behind
that
the scenes.
there isn't a behind the scenes or more trivia, because I'm sure that's
Oh,
what the
yeah.
trivia would be.
There was I've rented the DVD, and there was one featurette, but it was just kind of a joke thing where they talked about what a diva the monkey was on set. They didn't really like give you any insight into the movie at all. It was just
maybe that was real, Brad. Maybe that was real.
Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah boy.
Yeah, then they have the weird bathroom scene that night where Dunston like comes in the laundry chute
Yes.
while the kid's peeing and is
The kid is like sleepwalking peeing.
Yeah.
I don't even know, like, he's not even technically peeing because I don't even think you hear like him peeing in that scene, but like his eyes are closed and Dunston keeps like yanking at him or something. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
he's yanking at a
yanking
Spider-Man
it. Yeah, he's like
toy.
holding a Spider-Man toy, so yeah,
Yes.
Dunston can pull on the Spider-Man toy also, and they have like a tug of war.
Yeah, that was a weird scene.
It was really weird and didn't
That
need to
was out of
happen. But
place.
then the monkey just like after the kid leaves, Dunston just comes in and crawls into bed with Jason Alexander.
Mm-hmm. And Jason Alexander thinks that it's the sun.
Yeah, I think
What are you
he
wearing?
thinks
A
it's the
fleece? You're wearing a fleece jammies or something? You said?
I like the one line where he's like, "Did you brush your teeth?"
Just like how Charles Grodin slept with Beethoven.
Oh, geez.
You gotta have this scene in there. The every which way but loose.
See, but the
monkey scene.
the joke didn't work because he didn't wake up and go, "There's a monkey sleeping with me." Like the
Yeah.
joke is the reveal.
No, he
Right.
just straight up
And there was
spooned
no
with that
reveal,
monkey
so it
all
wasn't
night.
a joke.
Right. The monkey just gets out.
But you couldn't.
He
I mean,
dips
like
out
they
before he
couldn't write
wakes
the
up.
reveal. Basically, like maybe if Jason Alexander's character like had bad vision and he was like needed to put his glasses on before seeing it, like maybe he could have looked at the monkey and been like making some jokes about his kid, like, "Oh, you look like you are." What were you, rolling in mud or something like that? You look a little dirty or whatever. Like there could have been jokes there, but there wasn't. That's why the
They
scene
chose
didn't
not-
make sense.
They chose
Yeah.
not to make jokes. Is this? I have the monkey pit. Is that right now? The little kids are like looking into the garbage chute or the clothes chute.
Yeah.
And the older brother, who we forgot was in this movie and kind of forgot in the podcast about
Yeah,
even.
alright.
He's very forgettable. He's being lowered Ghostbusters 2 style down the laundry chute.
Yes, because the
And
kid
then-
is convinced that Dunston is down there.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But Dunston is just up there on the ledge.
Toying with boys' lives.
Right. And
yeah,
then,
he's yanking at the cord as the brother's like halfway down the chute, and he's like, "What are you doing? Like, stop that!"
He's like, please, I might die if you let go of this rope. Please stop doing that.
There was a joke that he said right before that, which I thought was solid. He said, "If I die, there's a box.
of
Yes,
magazines.
that's
There's a
right.
box of
underneath my
magazines
bed.
that you need to get rid of." And I was like, "That was a solid joke."
That's that was really funny.
The monkey handler comes in and they drop the rope and the kid, but the little kid grabs the rope and his hands have to be just.
They had to have
Yeah,
gotten
I had that
shredded by
exact thought.
Shredded.
I thought the same thing.
Exact
I was
thought.
like, that's why you wear gloves. That's why you wear gloves.
This little kid's hands are never going to be the same for this movie. Maybe for life. But they end up jumping down
Well,
the
but
chute.
he ended up missing the rope completely. He didn't really grab onto
He
it.
grabbed onto it, but it was like off.
It was already
camera a little
gone,
bit,
yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a moment where it did tear up his hand.
That's where the brother falls 20 stories and lands in a pile of laundry and is fine.
Because you could fall off any amount of feet
And
in this movie. And just
So
be
then the
all
kid
right.
and Dunston are like, well, when in Rome, and just jump down the chute too in order to evade the handler. Mm-hmm. Or the Snidely Whiplash.
Rupert Everett character.
Yeah. And so they all land in the laundry, and that's like when they
are dead.
Yep.
All three of them are dead.
They died right there.
This is a Jacob's Ladder situation.
Movie over.
Movie over. Everything from this point on is a dream in the film.
Yeah.
All of them are dead.
Yeah.
I just have like massaging monkey as the next. Oh no, I have the monkey is in the garden.
Yeah, that's when they go to the greenhouse.
that somehow is in the hotel that I remembered existing
Yep.
and no one else believed me.
That totally existed, yeah.
But why did it
That
exist?
scene was so strange because there was information that was clearly missing in that scene. So Jason Alexander is meeting with two women. I
Yes.
think they run a charity.
Correct.
Yes.
And I don't know what, like, were they trying to rent out space at the hotel?
Yeah, they were shopping around to figure out where to host their big gala fundraiser.
I love these two ladies. I think they are wonderful.
They were really funny.
I thought they were okay. Like, I could clearly tell that they were just, like, improvising.
Yeah, well, there's a part where it's just
they were not actors.
where it cuts to them and just one of them is drinking out of a flask.
Yeah,
like,
the one lady
these
says like
ladies
a
get it.
line of dialogue, and the other lady like mumbles something that's not a line at all. And I was
in
like, what
general,
was that?
Yeah, in general, they're supposed to be goofy. Like Jason Alexander asked them what the charity's for, and they're like, it's
a
for
skin condition.
Yeah, just like some like
It's not fatal.
eczema or something. And he's like, really? And they're like, well, all the good diseases were taken. So like,
Yeah, what did that mean? I was like,
They were-
did they
well-
just start a charity because they wanted to start a new
yeah, that's
charity?
what you do
Yeah,
when
I
you're
guess
like
so.
a rich. When you're a rich person, you got to raise your profile by like starting a fancy charity, and like they couldn't find a good one to start.
First of all, let me say how grateful we all are for the wonderful work that your organization has been doing in its fight against Tinea versicolor.
It's a skin disease. Not deadly, just unsightly. All the good diseases were taken.
So behind these two ladies is a glass window leading to the greenhouse, and Jason Alexander sees the monkey and
he
just yells.
screams.
He just screams, "Holy shit!"
I know. I was like, this is a kids movie.
Holy shit!
That was really good. I was not expecting that at all.
The old ladies barely reacted to that. It's like they.
Oh, then they're like, "Oh, I'm like, he must be really excited about it," or something
Yeah.
like that.
It was like they shot on different days.
It was really. I thought it was so funny.
Now, I know that your organization has been to the Four Seasons. And, of course, I would be loath to ever speak ill of a competitor, but... Holy shit!
He must really hate the Four Seasons.
And then so he runs out to the greenhouse, and then you get the back and forth where the two ladies are like improvising little dialogue, small talk about how weird this hotel is because of how he's acting. And you get Jason Alexander in the greenhouse in the window behind them fighting with Dunston, basically.
Yeah,
And we already have Paul Rubens in play just before this scene.
Yeah, that's right. He came in just before this,
before-
where like the...
I did not really care for his character.
I
that much.
liked some of it.
I liked parts of it,
like parts
but
of it.
like
I liked him in
Something
general,
was wrong.
but I felt like there was already so much in this movie that they didn't need him.
They don't need him.
And
Right.
I don't like. I'm confused why they had him.
yeah, I feel like they kind of like underwrote his character. They didn't even like really give him a costume. I was
Yeah.
like, I was like just
That's right.
frustrated with that.
I think
in
in
the
the
first
part one I
place.
mentioned, I expected him to be dressed like the guy out of Jumanji, like the classic African hunter outfit.
I wish
but
he
he's
had
not.
just more gadgets and things, but he just
Yes.
had a gun. That's
No,
what
yeah,
his plan
that's
was.
it.
Shoot the monkey with a gun.
And that's it, yeah, when he goes
End
into the
of story.
greenhouse and just like almost kills people because he's so careless with his gun. But they manage to slip away from him in the greenhouse. And this is like kind of where everything starts getting really crazy.
Yeah, well, the monkey jumps through a window, and the little kid finds a trail of blood that were leading back to Dunston.
Yep.
Who has got his like hand cut.
I don't remember when that happened. Like just out of nowhere, he had his hand cut, and I was
Yeah.
like, really?
I see it was
jumping
from
out
jumping out like the
glass.
broken window. Oh, either that or he got grazed by the gun. Who knows?
No, it was
Like,
the window.
Okay.
said
Because
to
he had
pull up the
glass in his
Oh,
hand.
that's right. Yeah.
So that leads to them just pulling the glass out, and they have like a monkey party time where they all just order room service.
That's when they finally realize, like, hey, we're in a hotel and we have access to the whole computer system. So let's.
And they're like, and 3 separate people are trying to find this monkey. Let's just go to the best suite in the entire hotel and just have the monkey stay there.
And they just
faces.
destroy that hotel room. Like, it is.
Yeah, they're throwing frisbees at
trashed.
vases and jumping on
They
beds.
order all the room service, and which it comes back later when Snidely's trying to find them, and he's like, I have an idea, and he somehow is able to access the
He's
hotel
able
system.
to hack the computer system,
And
he
looks-
Googles banana.
Yeah, he looks up the room service for
Control
banana.
F's banana.
And that room has just like banana split, pack of bananas, bunch of bananas for some reason.
Banana
Like,
soup was one of the things on there,
just
like
nothing
chicken
but
noodle
banana
soup with
dishes.
banana.
oh
How
my
did he
gosh.
do that? He had like a whole, like someone created a computer system where you could just hack into that.
Yep. It was the 90s. No one cared about security back then, I
Well,
guess.
he used that computer system throughout the movie for whatever reason.
Is he a thief? I mean, is he a thief? He has a monkey that's doing all the work for him. Who is he?
I don't know what
This
he
monkey
is.
could be its own thief. It doesn't need a guy.
Or this guy doesn't
It's
need
like,
the monkey.
Like, Dunston needs to realize his potential and just go
Yeah.
solo.
Exactly.
He is a monkey murderer. I
Yeah.
want more backstory. I want him to be an exile from a carnival.
That's what I
stole
thought it
the
was.
monkey.
I think like the picture was them at like a circus or something. Like he was their trainer.
It was just a black and white
No,
photo.
it was a black and
Wasn't
white
it?
photo with no background.
I
It was
thought-
like a white
I
background.
don't know. Maybe I was just inserting. I thought that was the thing where they
And
were like, they were in the circus.
They were wearing
and-
T-shirts that
With
said
their
their
names on
names,
them. Yep.
just so that they could say who was Dunston and who was his brother.
What was his brother's name? Winston.
Samson?
Samson. That's right.
Yeah.
So you saying we need shirts with our names on it? I just
Yeah.
gotta buy one Andy shirt.
Well,
You
I
guys
don't
can share
remember
it.
who-
Yeah, there you go.
too.
Yeah, we just get like the extra large size and we'll just wear it at the same
Oh,
time.
I'll get the stuck on you version where
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
2 holes cut out.
Ooh, love it. Let's talk about that massage scene.
Let's go for it.
Yes, so they're
Faye
running
Dunaway.
away from Snidely Whiplash.
No, not Faye Dunaway.
Wasn't it? She was
No, it was this other random lady who
was
was
just some
trying
other
to
broad?
get with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was another random lady who was trying to get with the villain the entire time. Mm-hmm. So, like,
I could have sworn it was Faye Dunaway.
it looked
No.
like her, but it wasn't.
It was not.
It's the exact same age and
Yeah.
type of lady.
Yeah, you're right.
But I thought there was
they looked
another
very
lady
similar.
that had, like, a mask on, and she was different. There was a
I
lady
don't
with a
remember-
cucumber mask.
Yeah.
That was the same lady.
That was a different lady. Wasn't it?
Oh, no. No, you're right. The cucumber mask thing, that was just like Jason Alexander burst into that room, and it was just 2 random ladies with cucumber masks. That wasn't the same as the actual massage scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's describe this. So they get down.
Oh,
so
boy.
All right,
They-
so
What is going on?
So this lady is basically like, can you rub my back, aka can you rub something else? And it
to
gets
the
a little
masseuse?
dirty.
Or does she do that to Winston?
Well, the
to
masseuse
Winston?
says the masseuse steps out to get some special oil.
Yes, the masseuse. Yeah, he leaves for. Well, I don't even know if was it to get oil. I thought it was just like he had to step
was
out
gonna
for
make some
something.
special
Okay.
oil.
She wants to have sex with that guy.
Yes, and you're right. The lady on the massage table was Faye Dunaway. I was thinking of the cucumber mask when you were talking about
Yeah, the lady laying down getting the massage was Faye
And that's where she
Dunaway.
was like, "Hey, I'm the owner of this hotel. You need to give me the
Give
full
me the
service
extra
massage."
treatment.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay, I just got something mixed up. I'm sorry.
You guys are trying to gaslight me.
No, I think you're
What
talking
else
about the
wrong?
lady who has the cucumbers that like yells when
No.
Otho busted.
Faye Dunaway gets her butt slapped by that monkey.
So I wrote down, I wonder how my grandma explained this sexy lady massage scene to me at 9 years old. That scene was like too much for a kids movie. I
oh
felt.
man.
You
Well, we already
definitely
got the
see-
kid peeing scene.
That
and
lady is getting off on some monkey butt.
She was
slapping.
loving that. Ooh, she was a little.
She was loving that.
So into that massage.
She was slapping that
oil,
monkey.
And that monkey was going to town on her.
Oh yeah, and like terrible spots too. It was like jumping on her neck and just on like
Man.
spots that do not need massage.
I didn't ever think I'd utter the phrase that monkey was going to town on her on this podcast, but that's what was happening pretty much in this scene. He was just jumping, and he like sprayed oil all over her.
This is classic massage scene shenanigans.
It
in
is,
this
yeah, you're
movie.
right. Just with the monkey.
Oh my
You
god.
can't not write a massage scene. I can't even say the word.
Yeah.
And not have a mix 'em up happen. That's like it's gonna happen. There's gonna be mix 'em ups. You're gonna think you're
Yeah.
getting a hot lady, and her shift's gonna end, and you're gonna get like a burly dude instead. You know, there's gonna be some sort of mix. That's why I don't get massages. I'm too afraid of them mixing it up on me.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
to go, movies ruining massages. Andy, you get massages. Are they great?
Sometimes.
Do they ever,
oh,
do
they're
they ever
awesome.
switch? Do the masseuses switch
All
it
the time.
midway through the thing?
I even write in there, do a switcheroo.
Is that an option? on a massage parlor?
Yeah, I checked that box.
The kangaroo switcheroo is what that box is.
Surprise me.
You circle the kangaroo on the massage floor.
Yeah.
And that's what that means.
Oh.
And then you flip the switch. Otho is working out, and he ends up falling off machines.
That workout scene was great. That workout scene was so solid.
Can you describe it to me, Andy?
Oh my god, he was like playing music, and he was doing like, he did like literally 3 curls, and then like was like, ooh, let me get a towel and wipe that off, and then go do some little like, I don't know what he was doing, just like weird stretches. He was like he was like, I'm gonna go out to town. I just busted my ass at the gym, doing 3 curls and a couple lunges. That scene was so good.
And so Dunston steals his glasses. Is that what happened?
Is it?
Yeah.
Because Dunston steals the glasses, and he's like,
Oh yes, he does, because Otho ends up going and seeing a lady who
so he's looking for him, but he can't see without them.
who has the
Correct.
cucumber massage thing, and he ends up like
He put
seeing
it-
that
yeah.
the glasses are on her chest basically, and he
Yes.
goes to grab them, and she sees this and slaps him.
Yes. So
The-
another
the first or second slap that he gets out of like 5 slaps.
Every I mentioned, I kind of like buried his character in part 1.
We didn't know he existed, really.
No, well, I said there was a British guy who was always the butt of all the hijinks that the kid and the monkey do, and that Otho was the villain, but it was the reverse, where the British guy is the bad guy, and Otho's always the butt of all this like negative stuff in the hotel.
I really liked Otho's
Glenn Shaddix.
What?
His name
His
is Glenn
name is
Shaddix.
Otho.
His name is Mr. Tibbs.
But I really liked his character.
I thought he was very funny.
There was a moment right before this where they throw a frisbee out a window and it becomes CG and comes back in through
Yeah.
his window.
Yeah.
And he's like eating tea and crackers. And then, like, for no reason, he freaks out and flips his own tray. You go back and watch that scene.
It was so good.
It does not need to happen.
But it was so funny though.
It was really funny.
It was very funny.
He sold all those scenes. Like, I don't think they would have worked nearly as well
Oh,
with other
he
people.
was-
He was really into it.
So much physical comedy happening to this guy. It's the role I want.
He's so flamboyant, and he's flamboyant in both roles, like this and Beetlejuice.
Look, if you're looking for this character specifically, call me up. I will show up to your movie. I will take all the pratfalls. I'll lose my glasses. I'll fall on a cake onto a girl's boobs. No problem.
He's doing it all.
He does it all.
He does it all. So Jason Alexander has to put out that fire again. Like, he gets a call that's like, your son's in the spa, and he has to have like, he's like, I told you never go in the spa.
I'm saying he's not a very good dad.
Like, do these kids go to school? Do they just live forever in the hotel and they're not
It could
allowed
be the
they're supposed to
summertime.
leave the apartment?
Well, they're supposed to go on vacation soon.
Yes, and so I
To
in the
Barbados.
in the first half, I was like, he misses a baseball game or something. That was
You know,
not
that-
even.
that is what you
that was
said.
not even close.
You got a hook on the mind.
Instead, it was that they were supposed to go on vacation to Barbados, and then the owner was like, no, you have to stay because we're doing the crystal ball, and I need that.
Yeah,
6
and
star.
it was weird because when he found out that he had to stay was the scene where he was hiding his son underneath his office desk, and his son, like, you would get this weird under the table angle where someone's just like whispering like, Dad, you promised. It's like a side conversation in a scene that's happening that like felt so strange.
Again, that's why I was really glad when the like old husband guy was just like, there's a child on your desk. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was like, how did
Bring
how do I
attention to
not
it.
realize this?
So Jason Alexander sells this trip on his kids as being like, we're the ones that are going to be pampered and taken care of.
Yes,
But they're already being pampered and
exactly.
They
taken care
really
of.
are. They could
That's-
use
what-
all the facilities at this hotel.
What
all the
is there to
time.
gain with that? What? Huh?
I mean, I guess they
Say
go
what?
somewhere where it's warm and.
Why not go to Disneyland or somewhere that's not a hotel?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good point. If you live in a
if he
resort,
was-
why would you go to another resort? Like, go somewhere that's not a
Right.
resort.
So, like, yeah, that's why I was confused when he said Barbados. I was like, why would kids get excited about Barbados? I feel like that's, like, something that you would say to, like, your fiance or something like that.
Right.
Like, let's go on vacation to
Yeah.
Barbados. Like, they would probably go on vacation. Like, let's go camping.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
as
they
a
would've
kid,
loved
if my
that.
Or let's
parents,
go
yeah,
to National Park.
I would
or
not
let's
have been
go-
interested in going to like the Caribbean for stuff. I would have been like, let's go to Disneyland. Let's go to
Yeah.
a park, like national parks or something.
Yeah, let's go sightseeing or somewhere.
Somewhere
like
yeah.
Barbados? What?
As a kid, I don't think that would have interested.
I mean,
now,
me
I would love
personally,
to,
yeah.
Yeah, right now.
Jason,
yeah.
Jason, take me to Barbados.
Jason Alexander, email us. What we
Well, remember email? Yeah.
Email
What we remember
Gmail.
at we want to go to Barbados.com.
But it all culminates in the crystal ball at the end.
Okay, so we're talking about the end scene here.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What do I got here? The second I saw that cake, I'm like,
I
someone's going in
It was
that
so funny
cake.
because it was like
Someone's
I mentioned
going
in
in
part
that cake.
part one that there was like a throwaway. Like I'm sure there's a big cake that gets thrown on
There's a
somebody, but it's
giant-
the reverse. That cake is that much bigger than I even pictured in my head.
So what is the crystal ball? It's a bunch of old, fancy, uppity up people who
Yep.
just are talking about charities and things. Andy's obsession with the lady whose skirt you get to see flip up is there.
Yeah.
And she's talking about how
That line
fur
was, oh my God.
that the
They
other
just
girl
had
was wearing
cameras
was so
rolling.
bad.
They had cameras rolling. They were just like, we need you to say something, anything. And then she's just like talking about like how people shouldn't wear fur coats or something like that. It
And
was,
poor Otho again gets slapped.
It was
because Dunstan
documentary
is trying to look up her skirt.
That's right.
yeah, so Dunstan is in the crystal ball room.
Yes.
He's hiding underneath tables. He does look up that girl's skirt or lift her skirt up.
I did like how like they specifically told
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens like it's totally fine to come to this event
Yeah.
too and
Yeah.
keep looking for that monkey. So he's there in like a goofy suit.
He's got a nice suit on. He's drinking free champagne.
Yeah, he's just
Brought
enjoying
his
the party.
like bloodhound with him. Bloodhound gang.
The Bloodhound gang.
with him.
And Rupert Everett can't get away from Faye Dunaway because she's convinced that she's the critic.
Yes.
And the monkey is just still on the loose. It ends up
Yeah.
hanging in a chandelier. Did
We
you see it
pretty
before
much
that?
guessed at random all the stuff that happens in this
Yeah.
final scene because he does indeed hang from a chandelier. Which
I mean,
think
you got
mentioned.
75% of it. Though.
Like someone flies into the giant cake, so that gets everywhere. The kitchen is a mess, which I think you mentioned too. Like
So basically,
that,
what
actually.
happens in this long, drawn out scene is Dunstan keeps popping out. Everyone keeps a couple people keep seeing him.
Before this, let me set up that Jason Alexander agrees with the kids that this guy is bad.
yeah, at this point
There's
he
not
believes
that,
the
there's not that
kids-
moment where he like doesn't
Yeah.
believe his kids. He's like he's on board.
Yep.
Yeah,
We need to save this
He
monkey.
does take all the movie until this point to
Yeah.
finally go like, okay, this guy is
Yeah,
bad.
you kids are right. Let's
Right.
go help this monkey.
But once he's on, man, he is like 100% like
Yeah.
I'm behind
He
you all
gets
the way.
into a fight. So
Yeah,
so
you go ahead.
what ends up happening is what's the villain's name?
Lord Rutledge.
Lord Rutledge, or we keep calling him Rupert
Snidely.
or Snidely or whatever. He ends up seeing Dunstan, grabs a tablecloth from the table, and wraps Dunstan up in this cloth and runs into the kitchen with him.
Doesn't
And
he
so-
do like the pull the cloth?
He
off
does
and
do
everything?
pull the
Yes.
cloth off the table trick. And then so Jason runs after him, and they basically get into a kitchen fight where Jason is like swinging open doors to hit him in the crotch and hitting him with like rice that falls out of the bag. And it's just, that was a solid
gag.
joke.
That
It was
a solid
good.
gag.
really good.
So all of the cooks and chefs are just standing in a circle while all this is happening.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense because they know this guy is bad. Nobody is helping.
So what happens? No, they specifically don't help because he pulls out a giant knife and then Jason says, well, you're outnumbered. And then all of the chefs and cooks leave.
Which is why I didn't feel bad when during the fight all their mise en plan got ruined. All their food prep flew onto the floor, and I was
Yeah.
like, "That's what they get for not helping."
And this fight literally turned into throwing eggs.
They also used sword swashbuckling
Yeah.
noises while they were fighting with
Yeah.
kitchen utensils.
I kind of enjoyed that.
That was funny.
I
It was
kind of
good.
enjoyed
It was
that.
good. So the whole fight's happening. This is so Dunstan escapes from the bag while the fight's going on, and I think this is also where Paul Rubens has sees Dunston too back out in the ballroom, and that's where like Dunston's on the chandelier.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot Dunston with a gun, but the little kid hits his leg or something like that.
Yeah, and then he
hits
shoots
Otho in the butt.
Otho, yeah,
This guy can't catch a break.
Yep. And this is also like they chose like this. I think the cake was already out there. I don't think they wheeled it out, but they have this like giant human-sized cake out there. And everyone notices that there's a monkey on the chandelier finally. Because before this, no one could apparently see below shoulder height. Because they're crawling around the floors of that ballroom the whole time and nobody notices.
This is the most unrealistic scene in a movie, I think, that's ever existed. They would just like call animal control. The monkey would just be up in the thing. It wouldn't be a big deal. But because the fiction that is Dunston Checks In.
So
this wacky cartoon scenario.
But we get that very cathartic moment where Dunston like jumps out of the chandelier onto Faye Dunaway, who lands in the giant cake.
Sure does.
And so that'll teach her to be a mean person.
And then she gets out of the cake and she ends up firing Jason Alexander at this point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Jason Alexander throws a piece of cake in her face.
Yep. And then as he's leaving, the actual critic, who is Otho. Comes up and says, "I'm the critic, and your restaurant just went from 5 stars to 1 star," as he's passing out from this tranquilizer and falls on top of her onto the cake.
Right on her boobs.
And I was like, I hope someone noticed, because she could drown in that cake.
Yeah, for no reason, another pice of cake falls on her face. And
I was really worried that she was going to get like pushed all the way to that cake and just die because this man fell on her.
I forget. I looked away on where I forgot. How did Jason Alexander ultimately win in his fight against Lord Rutledge?
Man, I don't even remember now.
I watched this movie today, and I don't remember.
I did too.
I saw it a couple weeks ago. So
how did he win?
But I feel like Rutledge gets distracted by something and turns around and he ends up like frying panning the back of his head, maybe.
Oh no, Dunston ends up frying panning the back of his head. There it is.
So Dunston,
we almost lost it. So Dunston is the one that wins the fight, basically.
So
that makes sense.
It does make
for his
sense.
brother's death.
Yeah. So at that point, the police show up and take away Lord Rutledge
because he like a known jewel thief or just
I think so. They didn't really talk about that, but I imagine so.
So yeah, they take him away.
Paul Rubin shakes the monkey's hand. You said that. In the
yeah,
first part.
good. I thought that was funny. But Dunston like almost doesn't take except it. Like he spits in his face, blows a raspberry at him.
And then he punches him in the face. I was like, holy crap.
He's like,
I deserve it.
I deserve that.
That was fine.
I mean, it looked like a serious punch, though. Let's be honest. It looked like he just, like, clocked him.
And then we have the old man who noticed the kid under the desk earlier, the husband.
Faye Dunaway's husband.
He comes up and he's just like...
And he's also got, like, a hot broad now,
I was going to ask about that. What was that?
He traded up.
He traded up immediately. He was like, man, that old lady,
I
she
feel
was
like
awful.
it was so immediate that he must have been cheating with this girl. It was just like, I'm done with you, Faye Dunaway. I got this hot, like, 25-year-old girl.
And so you get the idea that, like,
80.
the whole time he realized that Jason Alexander was actually really good at his job. And so he's like, what can I do to get you to stay?
Mm-hmm.
And their solution is to get transferred to Fiji or Maui or something.
He just wants hours that are better for his life.
Yeah.
And then they end up going
that's right.
The little kid asks him,
what are we going to do?
No, the little kid asks, I think you have some other places around the world, right? And they're like, I think we have something in mind. And then they end up working in Bali.
Yeah, well, and he also, the little kid does say, like, I have a friend who needs to be, I don't know, I don't remember what he actually said.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he needs, like, a special home or something. I feel like you're the kind of guy who can get that set up.
So they end up, like, setting him up in Bali, which I didn't know what country that actually was, but it was right underneath, like, Indonesia.
Yeah,
is
like
Bali like
Indiana Jones there?
Yeah, he does.
On an arrow, like a red line on a map.
Is Bali a country?
It's
an island.
No, Bali is like an island in the Philippines. I think it's part of the Philippines.
Oh, okay. And they were speaking Japanese.
I don't. Even
they
know.
were in that scene.
I don't even know.
They were speaking Japanese in that scene.
Okay.
They were turning Japanese.
Oh,
I really think.
I think
so.
I'm turning Japanese.
So we get like the little epilogue basically where Jason Alexander's the manager of this amazing majestic resort in Bali,
and Otho is there.
And Otho shows up. Mm-hmm. And guess who's also there, ready to ruin Otho's stay again? Okay, I'm sorry.
Beetlejuice.
If that monkey costs 2 of your hotels all their stars, like, I don't care how good that manager is, he and the monkey have got to go.
There is no way that hotel is 1 star. I mean, like a Red Roof
Yeah,
Inn is
okay.
at least like
I was
2
thinking the
star
same.
hotel.
I was like, just because. Okay, I was like, if you're that critic, I don't think even with everything that happened, I don't think you can take that hotel down to a 1 star. That's like
Here's the thing, though. I imagine like during his stay there, it was definitely a 1 star. But I imagine like if they had someone else come back,
I feel like just the
it
fact
could easily go up to a couple
just
stars.
the fact that the rooms were clean. Like that
2
alone is
stars.
like at least
2
2
stars.
stars. Like a 1 star hotel,
It was kinda
I expect
chaotic,
it to be
though.
disgusting. I'm like, if I'm at a 2-star hotel, yeah, I wouldn't be that surprised if a monkey's flying around the place.
they were clean, but we didn't see that monkey shitting everywhere and pissing everywhere.
That's
So
true.
it's possible that they didn't
Where
shoot
was he
those
going the whole
scenes.
time?
He had a 1-star experience in a 5-star.
I mean,
hotel.
come on. Here's,
And if I'm the editor
here
of that
is-
guy's critic thing, I'd be like, okay, like I understand this crazy shit happened, but that's a really nice hotel. Like we'll just keep
Yeah.
them at 5 stars.
I mean, let's break down what happened to him. His dog got thrown from the top of the building into garbage.
yeah, he got sprayed with the fountain.
He got sprayed with the fountain right when he got there.
A bunch of hot
Yep.
tea fell on him.
Yep.
Well,
A
from
frisbee.
a frisbee.
He slipped on a cucumber.
Or banana
Got
peel.
slapped by the lady.
Slapped by several times.
Yep.
by
Slapped
several
like
ladies
5 different times.
He got tranquilized
in the butt.
and fell on
Fell
cake.
into a cake. I mean, that sounds like an out of this world experience. 5 stars. Come on,
5
give
stars.
that hotel 6 stars.
Like now that's a vacation you remember, unless that tranquilizer dart like ends up erasing your memory.
Or killing you completely, because I
That too,
imagine
man.
that's exactly what would
Who
happen.
knows what the dosage in that
I
is.
imagine a tranquilizer gun would kill you.
Good.
All right, we're starting a new business, Pranky Hotels. You go there. You never know what prank you're gonna get.
We're gonna prank the crap out of you.
We're gonna prank you so hard when you get
There might be monkeys working there. You don't even know. Oh man!
Other than that, so the very last thing is Dunston drops a coconut,
and you
on
see
his
that he
head.
has like a
And then
lady
cut to
orangutan
credits.
and a baby.
Yeah.
So he's got a whole family now.
Yeah.
Cut to 5 minutes and 35 seconds of credits.
Which I was like,
With
woo!
with
Don't need to watch that.
The best end credit song. It was so
I
ridiculous.
immediately turned it off.
I did too.
Oh, you
We'll
guys
have to,
missed
we'll have to
out.
play that song.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
I thought this movie was really great. I would totally watch this again. Really good.
So there's something we could talk about, and it's the fact that this movie will never exist again.
No, it will not.
Because of the animal treatment. It's a real monkey the entire time. They're getting it to do
if they
so
make
many
it again,
stunts
it's
and
just going to be a
things.
CG monkey. And
Yeah,
it's gonna
exactly.
be totally dumb.
Yep.
Yep, exactly right.
It kisses humans. It hangs out with people. This monkey movie would not exist. People got mad for a dog fakely being put in a river recently in that Dog's Purpose movie. It can't happen.
I don't think so. I think
We can't have. It makes me so sad.
Hmm.
This is like it's an Amber stuck in time movie. That
Yeah,
just
it is. The
will
movie's
never
all like
be
its own
anything
time
else
capsule of
what we could do in films back in the 90s.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it very much though. Way more than I thought I would.
I still am on the fence. I don't know if I liked it or not, and I don't know if I'll ever come up with an answer.
I remember I messaged both of you guys as soon as I saw this, and I was like, I can't wait because this was amazing.
If Jason Alexander's acting was a little more even, I think it would be.
Yeah, I felt like he just wasn't
was very
really
uneven
right for.
acting.
He didn't seem like he was right for that part.
Someone
but he's a good
turned
actor.
down that role, and they just.
I
got
feel
him
like
to
I
fill
almost
in.
felt like he was acting for a different movie. Like if this had been a movie about a man struggling against a terrible boss while trying to run this hotel, like minus all the kid and the monkey stuff, like that would have been a more dramatic movie, and I think he nailed that part.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the kids movie part that he didn't quite fit.
Yeah, it was
Like the scene where he does the fake firing of the lady and stuff, like really good scene. I thought he was really good with that. I thought him in the beginning, like making sure everything looked great was fun. Like all the scenes where he's just being a professional hotel manager were really good. It was him being a dad that I didn't really care for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who I want in the role in 1996. Phil Hartman, maybe.
I think Phil Hartman
Phil
could have done
Hartman
it.
would have been great.
Yeah.
Dave Foley.
Nah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Steve Martin. Charles Grodin.
Charles Grodin.
Charles
those
Grodin
be
would have
good.
been real
Martin
good.
Short.
Martin Short.
Oh,
Martin Short would have been
a really good one.
Martin Short would have been great as
Rick Moranis.
Martin Short would have been great as Pee Wee Herman's character.
Yes, that's
if-
exactly
if
That
they,
would have
Yep.
been great.
if they would have given him more of a part.
Yeah, I mean, It could have gone
Steve
different.
Martin could have easily been the guy in this role.
Mart Steven could have been in it.
Oh, Ricky Martin.
Mickey Rarton.
Oh, I see
Sir
what you're doing.
Our next episode has the very vague tagline, Action at its best. There's no way you could have guessed that, but our next episode is going to be 3 Ninjas.
They were 3 brothers learning the ways of the ninja, but what started as a game suddenly turned real. Those kids.
You should run. Say hi. You should kick their butts.
Now 3 heroic kids are taking on one ruthless criminal.
Yes!
And they're determined to have the last laugh.
Enjoy the ride.
3 Ninjas, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.